Hey y'all, it's Michael. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. For Vlogmas, I'm making like a list of like the videos that I want to make so that way I can have like everything scheduled and whatnot, right? One of the videos that I was thinking about was looking forward to the 2021 new book releases. Um, and one thing that like gave me pause on this idea is that I find out that I was looking at my Goodreads of the books that I read for this year. Um, I have not read a lot of front-listed books. A lot of the times I'm reading a lot of backlisted, and I think that's one because I don't want to spend any money. I use my library so much that I'd rather just get it from there. Um, the only time I've ever buy books is like for a read along because I'm gonna have that book for a long time, so I don't want to take someone's copies from the library. Let someone else read that, or like it's a book that my library doesn't have right now, and I just want to like my own copy, and I just want to like read it now. I'm not gonna lie, there is a tad bit, just a small bit, just a little bit of FOMO, because I see on my, especially Bookstagram, it's a lot of front listed books that are showcased. Like when you see other people, talk about like the winners of these book awards and whatnot, there's a little bit, just a tad bit of missing out. So I was like, oh, let me make a list of 2021 books that I want to read. So I was researching. I was looking at the books for 2021 and I said, I'm not really interested in a lot of these. The thing with my library is that I love my library. I go there. I'm there all the time. Well, especially now with this, they do the curbside. Is that when it's a popular book, the queue for it is really long, or like sometimes what happens is like there's a street like a release date, they actually get the book like weeks later on. And sometimes I forget about that, so by the time I put my name on it, there's like already that long line that I just mentioned. So I was like, let me also look up books from 2020 because I also realized that when I tell y'all, I did not read a lot of books from 2020. I was like, it felt it felt weird. So I was like, this is a mishmash of books that I am similar to. Like, look, see, it's already over there. That list of my personal library books that I want to get to. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I already started, okay? Yeah, granted, it's for 2021. I already started. I was like, you know what? Let's just start reading now. What is the point of waiting till 2021? I was like, I'm gonna just start reading now. So one of the books that you saw from that list, I'm already reading it now. So perfect. The first three that I was like, oh, this sounds really interesting, is coming out in 2021. The last are basically from 2020, this year, because when I tell y'all, I did not read a lot of 2020 books. I mean, I felt behind. Okay, I felt behind. A lot of these, I don't know the synopsis of them. For the books from 2020, a lot of these I just seen them floating around the bookosphere. So I was just like, that sounds interesting, and I'm willing to give it a shot. So I would say 90% chance of me reading them, okay? That 10%, I don't know what's gonna happen. The first one is Game Changer by Neil Shusterman. I always enjoy his, here's the thing though, I never finish his trilogies, but the first book I always, the first book I always enjoy. This seems to be like multiple worlds, so I'm really interested what he's gonna be able to bring into the genre, because his previous books that I have read from him, I've always enjoyed. Like the Unwind, oh my god, it's so good. And his recent one is the Scythe trilogy. I think what I really enjoy about Neil Shusterman is that yes, he's writing for young adults, but there are always these deeper underlying topics, and the way that it branches out. I really enjoy like Scythe, especially the topic about like death and like what is your right to death, especially in Unwind. When you're thinking about it, like the concept of rights to your body, especially when you're a teenager, and or like from other perspectives besides yourself. And so like how is that even like related to the real world? And plus the idea of unwinding people is so, like, the concept when you read the book, I remember just imagining it, and the way it played in my head, I was like, that is really cool. So I'm really interested to see what he's gonna bring to the genre of multiple world. So that seems really interesting. Another one is a short story collection. Unfortunately, Ted Chiang is not slated to release a short story collection for 2021, which is fine. It's fine, okay? It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But there was one that seems really interesting, and that is Kink, edited by R.O. Kwan and Garth Greenwell. This is a short story collection that seems really interesting because the idea of kinks is really interesting to me. Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't. Y'all know I really like erotica books, so there's that. One that I saw that was like seems really interesting is The Gilded Ones by Namina Foma. And plus the cover for it looks so cool. Like it looks so cool. These are some of the books from 2020 that I am really interested in. The first one is a short story collection, and that's The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Thelia. This I have been seeing floating around, and I'm super intrigued about this. I've heard really great things about it. The thing is, I think with this book, I will have to purchase it myself. I believe it's from an indie press, so unfortunately, my library doesn't get them, like, they just don't get them that fast. Otherwise, I would have to make a request. The good thing though is, who's ever the librarian that handles the request, like for books for them to order, when I tell you, they're great. Like they are great. Like they will get on it. And I'm not gonna lie, I have some connections. The next one is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I just want to read this because the HBO series is about to come out. I'm assuming in 2022, so I just want to be like ahead of the curve. The next one is Cast, The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wiggerson. Wiggerson wrote The Warmth of Other Suns, which is phenomenal. If you haven't read it, it is amazing. The book is huge, but it is worth it. It's worth your time. I love that novel. It's great. The next one is Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. This one I've been hearing a lot about, but also in addition to these, I only picked 6 really, but there are a lot from 2020 that I just been seeing around so much. And I think it's because I'm entrenched in like the book community. Next one was Real Life by Brandon Taylor. I'm just really intrigued by this because I have seen mixed things personally for me, so I'm really interested to see how it's gonna go. The next one is Homeland Elegies by Ayad Akhtar. I just want to read this because the cover looks really pretty and I've heard really good things about it too. We're just gonna go through this really fast. I'm just letting y'all know. The next one is probably the one that I am very interested is Sugar Bane by Douglas Stewart. This one I'm really interested in because when I tell you I have been seeing mixed things, I have been seeing a lot of mixed things about it. So I'm just really interested to see how it's gonna go. The last one is Inferior Chinatown by Charles Yu. Now, I'm interested in this because I have read Yu's other stories before, especially his short story collections, and to be honest with y'all, none of it ever stood out like, wow, like, oh my gosh. So I'm interested to see what he will be able to do in a long form. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I start making these videos, like even with that book stack over there, I'm gonna go to my library, place a request on the 2020 books that are available, and start reading. Like, we'll see how this goes. So yes, if you read any of the novels, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. I've been seeing a lot of these books floating around. So yes, until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas video.